It was almost midnight. Only the full moon shined through the window when suddenly, bzz, the buzzer goes off. I stand up, open the door, and my blood froze. A dark figure standing right in front of me. My immediate thought that I'm gonna die. It must be a murderous thief or a werewolf. But it was my brother, and obviously very, very drunk. Slouched over, swing like a pendulum, he loudly throws up his left arm and says, "Was fighting." What? You were fighting? And when I saw his finger, I almost fainted. It was broken. Really, really bad. I bring him in and sat him down. "Zoli, how did this happen?" Ladies and gentlemen, it all started with a liver burger. A tasty, juicy, tall liver burger. Wikinger, a place close to us, made the best burgers on the entire world. I mean, this burger was the Mona Lisa, the moon landing, the Eiffel Tower of the burgers. And my brother, he was short on money and craving one for months. But on one Saturday evening, after getting seriously hammered, he had a major realization that, you know what, life is just too short. So he bought a burger anyway. With the burger, he got on the tram and dived into it right away. Flavors cried up like a heavenly, colorful orchestra. This was their time and theirs alone. So they thought, because just after the second stop, a gaze relentless fixating on him and his burger lover. First, my brother tries to move on, to shake it off, but frustration starting to boiling up in him like an angry geyser. He looks up, and there he is, a guy watching with a sour smug smile, like he was saying, "Look at you, loser." My brother thought, I was bullied in all of my life. Today, enough is enough. So what did he do? He stood up and slammed the burger right into this guy's face. The next stop, they jump off. The situation quickly escalates in an impromptu box match. They fight for 40 long and tiresome minutes when at the end, they become friends. Yes, my brother and the guy from the tram became friends, sat down to smoke the peace pipe, and that was the moment when my brother realized his finger is broken. Really, really bad. The same finger, I'm bringing him to the hospital right now. The same finger I've spent 2 hours at home trying to convince him that me pulling it into place and splinting it with 2 lollipop sticks, probably not the best idea. Finally, we arrived to the hospital. But as you may guess, things aren't set up to go so easy. You see, if there is something the doctors like the least, is to take care of drunken folks' broken finger in the middle of Saturday night. The exact same situation we are in. And let's face it, my brother is no use here. If I don't want my brother to run around with a funky finger for the rest of his life, I have to confront the doctor, which, let me put it this way, I'm just not built to confront doctors. Just not. It's not in my DNA. So when the doctor came, I might have overcompensated a little bit. Basically telling him that if he don't want to wake up tomorrow morning next to a bloody horse head, he better take care of that finger. Now, of course, when they go into the room, I'm thinking that he's gonna break the other one just to get back at me. But luckily, when they came out, I see that my brother's finger was splintered, and this time properly. At this point, we are both just exhausted. My brother drunk, I just want to get tucked into bed. We barely caught the last tram, barely. We get on, travel, and when we get off at home, something is not quite right. Again. Ladies and gentlemen, the tall buildings from our neighborhood vanished, disappeared, which can mean one of two things. Either diligent elves during the night rebuild the neighborhood, or we got on the wrong tram. And yes, we did. Middle of the night, middle of nowhere, in the outskirts of the city. I checked, 3 hours till tomorrow's first tram, plenty time to walk about. So we did, and we did have a good time. We walked and talked, when at some point, if I wouldn't be there, I wouldn't believe. Because it was just like in the movies. We found ourselves at the edge of a cliff. And down there, in the depth, the city of Budapest laying out in front of us in all of its glory. Like a dark silk canvas with orange embers sparkling on it. And the sky, dark blue with teal, purple, orange colors dancing at the bottom. You could feel the gentle pulse of the city as it's waking up from its long and restful slumber. In that moment, the whole night, with all its craziness with werewolves and liver burgers and doctors and bloody horse heads, felt just perfect. A perfect bromance moment. I love my brother very much. Sometimes he can be high maintenance. I love him despite of it, maybe because of it. But in that moment, however rude it is to say, I was so glad that my brother broke his finger. It's the contest chat.